In George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire universe, Catelyn Stark meets a tragic end at the Red Wedding, but this fate could have been far more devastating had Martin stuck with his original plans for the character. While fans of the books and Game of Thrones were left reeling by Catelyn's gruesome death at the hands of the Frys, Boltons, and Lannisters, her original demise would have been far more tragic and terrifying. In Martin's early drafts, the infamous Red Wedding wasn't even a part of the story. Instead, Catelyn and Robb Stark still died, but in completely different ways. Robb's death, for instance, would have occurred on the battlefield rather than during the brutal betrayal of the Red Wedding. While Robb's battlefield death might have seemed fitting, especially after his series of military victories, it would have lacked the emotional punch of the Red Wedding, where Catelyn's presence amplifies the tragedy of their deaths. Without the Red Wedding, Catelyn would have had a different, even more grim fate. According to Martin's original outline, she fled north of the Wall after Ned Stark's death, taking Arya and Bran with her in a desperate attempt to escape the Lannisters. However, in the original plan, Catelyn would not have been saved by Benjen Stark and instead would have ventured beyond the Wall, where she met her end at the hands of the terrifying others, White Walkers. This would have been a gruesome and more terrifying death, highlighting the true danger of the supernatural threat that looms over the world of Westeros. Had this death been carried out, Catelyn's return as a White might have been far more tragic than her later resurrection as Lady Stoneheart. While Lady Stoneheart seeks revenge on those responsible for her death, a White version of Catelyn would have been far more heartbreaking, potentially attacking her own children. This twisted fate would have deepened the emotional stakes for the Stark family, adding a tragic layer to their already painful journey. In the end, Martin's decision to alter his original plan and introduce the Red Wedding turned out to be one of the most shocking and memorable moments in A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones. While Catelyn's eventual fate as Lady Stoneheart is tragic, it's clear that Martin's shift in direction ultimately provided a more compelling and emotionally resonant storyline for the Stark family.